Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol PLX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. First thing I want to just point out is, yes, there was a gap up, and I realize the remaining portion of the day was kind of quote unquote boring. I mean, there's a big gap up, and then the price just went sideways in this tight little range remainder of the day. But to keep things in perspective, and this will mean probably a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while. If you have traded for a while, I'm sure you've seen stocks that gap up, and then after the gap up, they head down and head down and head down and head down, and then before you know it, the price is right back to where it all started. But that was not the case here. So sure, I'll be the first to admit, yeah, this sideways action, not exactly exciting, but sideways action after a big gap up, that's just, in other words, the price is putting in a higher low, and that's what you want to see. So don't look at it as, that was just, such a bad day because the price just went sideways. Well, the price gapped up, and there was people that I'm sure were taking profits, but there was plenty of buyers there to absorb those sellers, and hence that's why a higher base was built. So that's the kind of the first key thing is nice sign of strength. I realize sideways action, that may sound goofy. How can sideways be a sign of strength? Well, given the context of things, and how the price was, gapped up, that's what you want to see. So as far as supports are concerned, ideal level of support going forward, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest? If the price can stay above 60 cents, that would be a very powerful sign. But if the price does drop below it, by no means am I saying that everything's totally ruined. That would just be the ideal situation. From the big picture perspective, and I want to give a little bit more context here, it's all about the purple line here, and this is the famous 50-period simple moving average, meaning as long as the price is above that purple line, bulls are in full control, bulls are in full health, no questions asked. You can see recently right here, the price came down there and tested it, and that's actually where the gap up happened from that point of view. So again, if you care about the big picture, kind of the long-term uptrend, again, as long as the price is above that purple line, bulls are in full control. What about areas of resistance? I'm just going to talk about, one, because at this point in time, it's all about 62 cents. I'm sure if you're watching level 2s today, then you notice that on numerous occasions, the bulls try to get up there through 62 cents, but just didn't have enough power to do it. So 62 cents, definitely public enemy number one going into next week. All in all, though, as long as the price keeps on doing what it's been doing in terms of building those higher bases, long-term chart's going to continue to take care of itself. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.